On July 20, 1969, the world watched in awe as Neil Armstrong became the first human to set foot on the moon. This momentous event, broadcast live on television, was a defining moment in human history. But what if this iconic moment, etched in our collective memory, was an elaborate hoax? This question, as outlandish as it may seem, has been the subject of intense debate for decades. Conspiracy theorists, armed with grainy photographs and speculative claims, argue that the Apollo 11 mission, and indeed all subsequent moon landings, were staged by the US government. They point to inconsistencies in the photographic evidence and question the feasibility of traveling to the moon with 1960s technology. While the vast majority of scientists, engineers, and space enthusiasts dismiss these claims as baseless, the hoax theory persists, fueled by online forums and documentaries. To understand the origins of the moon landing hoax theory, we must first travel back to the Cold War, a period of intense geopolitical tension between the United States and the Soviet Union. The space race, a key front in this ideological battle, began in 1955 when the Soviet Union announced its intention to launch a satellite into orbit. The successful launch of Sputnik 1 in 1957 sent shockwaves through the American public and ignited a fierce competition for dominance in space. The United States poured billions of dollars into its space program, determined to surpass the Soviets. Every Soviet achievement, from Yuri Gagarin's historic first human spaceflight in 1961 to Valentina Tereshkova becoming the first woman in space in 1963, only fueled America's determination. The Apollo program, NASA's ambitious undertaking, was the embodiment of this national goal. However, this period of intense pressure and competition also created a breeding ground for suspicion and distrust. In an atmosphere of Cold War paranoia, any achievement by the opposing side was often met with skepticism, and the moon landing was no exception. The moon landing hoax theory hinges on several key claims, often presented as irrefutable evidence that the Apollo missions were faked. These claims, widely circulated in books, documentaries, and online forums, have taken on a life of their own, fueling conspiracy theories and casting doubt on one of humanity's greatest achievements. One of the most enduring claims centers around the American flag planted on the lunar surface. In photographs, the flag appears to wave in the breeze, despite the moon's lack of atmosphere. Conspiracy theorists argue that this is clear evidence of a studio set, where wind machines were used to create the illusion of a lunar environment. Another claim focuses on the absence of stars in the photographs taken from the moon. If the landings were real, they argue, the sky should be teeming with stars, unobstructed by atmospheric interference. Further fueling suspicion are the strange shadows cast by objects on the lunar surface. In some photographs, the shadows appear to converge or diverge, suggesting multiple light sources which conspiracy theorists attribute to studio lighting. However, these claims, while initially compelling, crumble under scientific scrutiny. Despite overwhelming scientific evidence confirming the authenticity of the moon landings, the hoax theory persists, attracting a dedicated following and generating endless debate. The question naturally arises, why do people cling to these beliefs in the face of contradictory evidence? The answer, sociologists and psychologists suggest, lies in a complex interplay of psychological, social, and cultural factors. One key factor is the human need for certainty and control. Conspiracy theories, with their neat narratives and explanations, offer a sense of order in a chaotic world. They provide simple answers to complex questions, appealing to our desire to make sense of the unknown. The moon landing, a monumental event with far-reaching implications, is ripe for conspiracy theorizing. By casting doubt on the official narrative, conspiracy theorists can create a sense of control over an event that might otherwise feel overwhelming or even threatening. Furthermore, conspiracy theories often tap into a deep-seated mistrust of authority. Events like Watergate and the Vietnam War eroded public trust in government and other institutions. This distrust, coupled with a growing skepticism towards mainstream media, creates fertile ground for alternative explanations, even if those explanations lack evidence. Section 5. Beyond the Shadows, Concrete Evidence of the Moon Landing. While conspiracy theories often rely on speculation and conjecture, the evidence supporting the moon landings is concrete and multifaceted. One compelling piece of evidence comes from the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, a NASA spacecraft launched in 2009. The LRO has captured high-resolution images of the Apollo landing sites, revealing the lunar modules, rovers, and even the tracks left by the astronauts' footprints. These images, available to the public, provide visual confirmation of the Apollo missions and debunk the notion that the landings were staged. Another line of evidence comes from retroreflectors, mirrors left on the moon by the Apollo astronauts. These mirrors, part of the Lunar Laser Ranging Experiment, are used to measure the distance between the Earth and the moon with incredible precision. By bouncing lasers off these retroreflectors, scientists can track the moon's orbit and test Einstein's theory of general relativity. The fact that these retroreflectors are still operational today, more than 5 decades after they were placed on the moon, provides further evidence that the Apollo missions were real. Perhaps the most tangible evidence comes from the hundreds of pounds of moon rocks brought back by the Apollo astronauts. Section 6. The Lunar Legacy, Reflections on a Giant Leap. The moon landing, regardless of the persistent whispers of conspiracy, stands as a testament to human ingenuity, perseverance, and the insatiable thirst for exploration. It was a triumph of science and engineering, a demonstration of what humanity can achieve when driven by a common goal. The Apollo program pushed the boundaries of human knowledge, inspiring generations of scientists, engineers, and dreamers. The technological innovations spawned by the space race continue to shape our world today. From satellite technology that connects us globally to medical advancements derived from space research, the legacy of the Apollo program is woven into the fabric of our lives. The moon landing also shifted our perspective, allowing us to see our planet from a new vantage point. The iconic Earthrise photograph, captured by Apollo 8 astronaut William Anders, revealed the fragility and interconnectedness of our world, fostering a sense of environmental awareness and global citizenship. Section 7. Addressing the elephant in the room: Artemis delays and the future of space exploration. In recent years, the world has witnessed a renewed interest in space exploration. NASA's Artemis program, aiming to land the first woman and the next man on the moon by 2025, has captured the imaginations of a new generation. However, the program has faced setbacks, with delays pushing back the timeline for a lunar return. These delays, while disappointing, are not uncommon in complex space missions. Technical challenges, budgetary constraints, and unforeseen circumstances can all impact project timelines. The Orion spacecraft, designed to carry astronauts to the moon, faced issues with its heat shield requiring extensive redesign and testing. Such setbacks, while frustrating, are a reminder of the immense challenges inherent in space exploration. However, these delays have been seized upon by proponents of the moon landing hoax theory as further evidence of a cover-up. They argue that if NASA could land on the moon in the 1960s, it should be able to do so easily today. Section 8. Combating Misinformation in the Age of AI. The persistence of the moon landing hoax theory underscores a broader challenge in the digital age: the spread of misinformation. In an era of online echo chambers and social media algorithms, false information can spread like wildfire, often faster than the truth. This poses a significant threat to informed discourse and evidence-based decision-making. However, technology itself may hold the key to combating misinformation. Artificial intelligence, with its ability to analyze vast amounts of data and identify patterns, is emerging as a powerful tool in the fight against fake news. Researchers are developing AI-powered systems that can detect and flag potentially false or misleading content. These systems can analyze text for inconsistencies, check sources for reliability, and even identify images that have been manipulated. While AI is not a silver bullet solution, it offers a powerful toolset for combating misinformation and promoting a more informed and discerning public. Section 9. Conclusion: The enduring spirit of exploration. The moon landing hoax debate, while rooted in unfounded claims, serves as a reminder of the importance of critical thinking, scientific literacy, and the enduring power of human curiosity. The Apollo missions, a testament to human ingenuity and the insatiable thirst for exploration, pushed the boundaries of what was thought possible, inspiring generations to reach for the stars. The moon landing was not just a giant leap for mankind, it was a giant leap for our collective imagination, igniting a passion for discovery that continues to burn brightly today. The universe beckons, and it is up to us, armed with the tools of science, technology, and critical thinking to answer its call.